महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवमुदं शिरसा नमामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि.
Saucam, Stairyam, Atma Vinigraha. These three. There's no order in all this. There's no order. Some order sometimes you get. Like Shanti, Ahimsa. So some connection you get. One leads to the other. But there is no such arrangement here. If it is there, we will see that. Saucam. Suchihi means cleanliness. Saucam means Suchehe Bhava. Suchi also cleanliness, Saucam also cleanliness. Clean. This is considered as a very important, is a very important value to be practiced. This is to practice. So attitudes are maintained. These are practiced. Saucam is not something that you have it once and it is always there. No. Most of them require, all these values are all require our participation. There is something in Amanitvam is an attitude. Adambatvam is an attitude. But still, there is a participation on the part of the individual being convinced that this is an attitude that is healthy. Then that participation is in the form of correcting oneself now and then. Because it doesn't happen overnight. The value of an attitude is discovered one time. It's over. Because it's understood properly. So all the background topics, its importance and its position in the scheme of things, if it is understood, then it's understood. It's you. But then there is another fellow in you who is a habitual offender. The habit born, the unconscious, a certain orientation for so many years has been there for you. So that orientation will create some problem, therefore you have to correct it in keeping with the attitude. Therefore, everything implies certain practice. Don't say there is no practice, there is some kind of a practice. But it's not some kind of a thing that you do. Saucam implies action. And attitude also. There are some people who are obsessive in keeping themselves clean. If we say These people have been possessed by water ghost. Tanni Pishach. Certain people will be washing their hands all the time. Whole day. It's a compulsive disorder. And it expresses in various forms. And they will do the same thing again and again. So there are some people who are very particular about these omens, shakuna. A thought should not come. And there is a bad thought. See, this bad thought, if you don't want it to happen, it will happen all the time. Because what you don't want alone you remember. In fact, one of the tricks to remember things is to try to forget what you want to remember. I want to forget this, I want to forget this. Go on, remember it. And therefore, I am not talking of this compulsive disorder. So there is somebody who doesn't care for it. That's also a problem. And there is also another problem. It's all mostly emotional problem. Not mostly, always. So when these extremes we are not talking about, then Saucam is twofold. One is religious Saucam, the other is Laukika Saucam. The Vaidika Saucam and the Laukika Saucam. The religious Saucam, the religious purity among the Jews and among us also. It is that Saucam nobody should touch. Saucam. The clothes should be from the line, but they are not laundered. The clothes have never seen a washing machine, have never gone to a washerman, laundry, for a number of months. But they are always religiously pure. How? Because nobody has touched yesterday. The wet clothes were put on the line and put there and nobody can touch. That's why you have to get them with a stick and then you wear. So religious Saucam. But the clothes are dirty. Still, even though they are from the line, they are dirty. They are required to be laundered. It's not done. There is religious Saucam, there is no this Laukika Saucam. There is Laukika Saucam, there is no religious Saucam. So the kosher, non-kosher, the vessels. There are kosher vessels and non-kosher vessels. Kosher is a word used in the Jewish tradition. And an equivalent word doesn't exist in any other tradition except in Hindu tradition, muddy. Only here it is there. And nowhere else you have. And therefore, Achara, muddy Achara. This muddy, I think, is a Sanskrit word. Even though in Tamil we use, it's a Sanskrit word, I think. I need to refer. So it is kosher. Achara implies this also. When Achara is a general word, it will cover all conduct. So this is religious Saucam. Like in a particular Vedic fire ritual, performed by the man, husband, and wife comes and gives permission. Together they start, afterwards she goes. Whatever she does. He does this ritual. Now and then she has to come. Then there is a particular this time when she is asked to come, Patni is asked to come. Then she is asked to look at the ghee. Ghee is melted butter. Ajyam. There is a difference between ajyam and ghritam. Ghritam is heated, butter heated in fire, and then all the water evaporates and then lastly deshi ghee means pure fat alone remains. And this is what we call ghritam. Used for eating, cooking, eating and all that. Ghritam by Ayu. But ghritam has got more than fat. There is something in ghritam. Not simple fat alone. There is something, and Ayurveda, they recognize ghritam. Daily one must have little ghritam. Ghritam by Ayu. Ajyam is different. Ajyam is butter melted in the sunlight. So that is ajyam. This ajyam alone is offered unto the fire. This ajyam, before offering with mantras unto the fire as an oblation, it has to be purified. The purification is done by the patni, wife, coming and then looking at it. That's it. Patnya vikshitam ajyam samskritam bhavati. It is made religiously pure. All that she has got to do is come and look at it. It has gained the samskara. So this kind of every summit, they'll put some little ghee, made it religiously pure. Mantrena samskritam bhavati. Here purely by looking it becomes samskrita, or by mantra, or by water. There are various ways of religious samskara. Suppose one is not able to take a bath. because of fever or something. Without a bath, you cannot perform your daily ritual prayers. Rule. The rule is after snatva, after doing snanam alone, your sandhya vandanam kuyat. Snatva. You have to do your daily prayers, sandhya vandanam in the morning and in the evening after taking bath. So if you cannot take bath, what shall we do? This is very important. You must have, because it's not every day you cannot take bath. You have some fever or something, you can't take bath. Not every day. But in fever, there are some issues, or you are traveling. You are not in a position to take bath. So what should you do? Then you have a certain ritual again. Then if you repeat some chants, wash your feet, wash your face, and wear vibhuti, you become as good as you've taken a bath. An exception. Therefore, you have vikalpas, options are always given. This is not possible. But the rule is to be followed. Exception is only when it is necessary. Options are only when they are necessary. If that is not possible, this can be done. So, if you can't take sugar, take equal. Or drop both of them. That is better. And like this you can keep on keep on just using options. So this kind of a religious purity is one type of Saucam. Not enough. There must, even house, home should be religiously Saucam. The religious Saucam, they have got their own rules. They follow that, it is religious Saucam. Even though they have religious Saucam, it may not be Laukikam. It may not be hygienic. Therefore, the hygienic also is included in Saucam. It has got to be hygienic and it has got to be religious. If we follow that particular tradition, follow that because it's a discipline. It's a discipline which has no immediate meaning. So its meaning is purely religious, another order. This order is an esoteric order. It's not an order that we know. So you get into another order. And that is why both the orders we need to know. And so the religious order, that Saucam is entirely different type of Saucam. That's what they say, Kosh. It makes you aware of the presence of some other order. Whole lifetime they live like that. So my mother, my auntie and all these people at home, they all, the religious Saucam I have seen, I grew up with. Always till lifetime, whole lifespan. Saucam. And nobody, no one No thread can touch cotton. Silk they won't mind. Because there is some rule, is there exception. Silk is okay. If silk touches, no problem. Cotton, it has to be, again she has to take a bath and she has to remain the wet clothes. So there is nothing on the line. There is also wet. You put it in the morning. It's a problem. So they lived like this whole year, whole lifetime. Even today there are some people. Here there are not many mummies like that. Not modern mummies. One or two things they follow. On certain days they follow. On special days they follow. We have to study mommy culture. Really, this mommy culture is a great discipline, and this is very profound, and we have to study and write a book. Somebody should study a mommy. What all things she does. Every vrata, suppose she is widowed, she is a upasaka. And she lives a totally spiritual, religious life. And there are many vratas, Rishi Panchami, 8 years. Uma Maheshwara Vratam, 16 years. What? Chitra Paurnami, 12 years or something. Yeah. What?
Chitra Paurnami.
Ah. So that means that every Paurnami you have to do, every Ashtami you have to do. Every 8th day, every 15th day. For 12 years. Like this Vratan, on this particular day, no eating, no special, some special puja, some special chanting. They follow all this. It's not that simple. It all is simple because nobody follows anything, therefore everything is simple. To follow is endless. But certain attitudes and all that, here we have to understand. This discipline, Saucam as a discipline, where you live, it is clean. The body, Saucam, so daily snanam, Saucam. Clothes you wear, Saucam. Don't wear the same clothes. You watch the fellow 1 week, you know how many changes he has got. The another week, if you watch, you will find the same thing comes back. So they keep it there. Wear today, and then I'll go to office and come back and put it there. And don't launder, you put it there. Then you another one you take and put it there. Another one you take, put it there. Now 3. Then again 4th day, you take the first one. You pandala and theriyada. This is how they live. That's not allowed. If you follow Saucam, now you understand what is Saucam.
महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवमुदं शिरसा नमामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि
भारत देश हिताय कुरु सेवां त्वं कुरु सेवां त्वं कुरु सेवां त्वं कुरु सेवाम्